All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Yo, this story got juicy, did it not, y'all? Snap, we wrapping it up. I know, don't worry, I know where we left off. We're gonna continue. Um, First things first, I like to, as I'm gonna wrap this up, thank you guys for staying in tune with the story, clicking on these videos. Like I said, I'm using this as a test to kind of see how I'm gonna run the rest of the show. Since I can't be recording longer shows, I have to kind of break them up. So I really did use this story, and I chopped it up as best I could, and seeing where I can like kind of pick up and keep going. I won't lie, it's a little bit energy draining because it's like I got to remember where I left off, pick it up, continue the story, and make sure I'm not losing any information that I want to kind of talk about. I really want to cover everything. So I have to make sure that within these 20-25 minute clips that I'm putting as much information as I can without missing a beat. But we're about to get ready to wrap this story up. So let me not waste any more time. I know y'all anxious, depending on how I'm sending this out. If it's every day, or if I'm sending it, two clips in one day, or three clips in one day, or if I'm just gonna shoot all of them out, and then you just gotta click on the whole thing. I don't know. We'll test it out, and this will be the little scapegoat with this story. And we'll see what we want to do. If I did it every day, yo, I know, I'm sorry, guys. I just drew it out. If I did it all in one, then cool. And then maybe we'll try something else different. Especially with the story I'm going to talk about when I went to go shoot my shot, because I know that's going to be right after I wrap up this story. We're going to have to do something different with that story to kind of test out this whole process. So that way, when we start talking about topics, we just get into it, and then we got a program going. Y'all can expect the same thing, the consistency of how I'm telling it and how we're talking about it and whatnot. But anyway, we're gonna continue with the story. We left off at Demi Lovato is 2 songs in to her concert, and like I said, she does the double take. So she looks in my general direction, and then she starts singing, but then she looks right back and then comes back. Now, in that moment, I'm standing there and I caught her, doing that, and I'm like, hey, I'm waving, and I'm like, oh shit, like, dudes, chill, like, stop doing the most right now. Like, okay, we get it, you're at the concert, you see her, like, chill. So now I'm like, oh yeah, let me relax a little bit, and I'm looking around like, oh, she probably was looking at the girls, and I'm like, dude, you need to stop taking some of this clout real quick, like, let it go. So, like, literally her song, let it go. No, but so anyway, the song finishes and she stands up on stage. And then when she stands up on stage, she walks around in the general vicinity, like in my area, like right in front of me. And she looks at me and she says, hey, you. And then I'm like looking around. Me? And she's like, yeah, you. Like, we just met, didn't we? And I'm like, yeah, we did. And she's like, well, this next song, I'd like to dedicate it to you. And in that moment, I'm like, no shit. And I'm like, and everybody in the whole crowd and their mama starts doing that little, aww. And I'm just hearing everybody says, aww. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she literally, now this is the thing that kind of gets me, because I'm like, out of all the songs she picks to sing, she picks this one song that I've always was connected to. I'm like, why would she write a song like that? What does that song got to do with anything of what she's about, who she is, what she doing? Like, what? But during the time of me putting everything together and connecting with her music, her lyrics, and all these signs recalling dreams, that's that one song I really felt like, I don't know, this song's something. This is like, I don't know, I'm drawn to it. I'll say it like that. I connected with all the lyrics to a point where I'm like, every song is about me in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But this one specifically it kept pulling me towards it. And it's the song Made in the USA. The same song that, here it is, my first car ever bought, a gold 2008 Chevy Malibu is literally taking me from my house all the way here to the cities Twin Cities and on like nothing but fumes, and it's the first line in the song that she's dedicating to me. And it's like, whoa. And my angel's just like, I could feel like his wings just wrapped around me to comfort me and protect me. Like, yes, like that's all you, bro. That's yours right there. And that's not nobody's. That's all yours right there. That's for you. That's your rib. And so she starts singing, the whole our love runs deep like a Chevy and all this shit, And I'm just like vibing with it, like I'm just into the show now. I mean, I was already into the show because I'm already excited. It's my first concert, but now I'm just blown away. This girl she's in front of everybody, just dedicated a song to a brother. And I'm sitting there like, first of all, how did you find me in, like, I've done theater in high school, I've done theater elementary, I've done theater, shoot, even in college. And when them lights hit you on the stage, you be blind. You can't see shit, really. Let's just be honest. If you invited your parents, you can't even find them in the crowd. Like, you don't even care. You're like, look, I'm gonna see if they came to the show afterwards and act like I saw them. But the lights be like just hitting your eyeballs, burning that stuff. So literally, I'm like, how did you done find me in this crowd with all these lights just hitting you on that stage? Like, I hope you ain't just singing to some random ass brother thinking it was me and you just out here, picking random ass bruh. Like, girl, like, you sure you seeing the right person? Like, shit, like, anyway, I'm just in the mood, in the moment, like, blown away. Because even then, I said earlier, I said I took off my uniform, so I'm just wearing her concert, shirt. So I'm like, how does she really recognizes me? She really know who I am, So next thing you know, when she says that, she dedicated the song, she's singing it, my phone starts going off. It's just vibrate, vibrate, vibrate. And I'm like, it's like itching my leg with the vibrating. And I'm like, I gotta take it out. And I'm taking it out, and people are like, bro, you at the concert? Yo, I'm here with my girlfriend, bro. We see you on the big screen. And I'm like, big screen? And I'm looking at cameras like hitting my face. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, yo, what in the world? He like, yo, did she just dedicate a song to you, bro? Like, you met her. What is going on? And I'm like, yo, I got to put this phone away. Like, now I'm like cutting it off. Like, let me soak in this moment because I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, she done pretty much put her whole concert on display for me. Like, this is a personal show now at this point. So she's singing this song and I'm vibing, I'm feeling it, and I'm like really losing my shit. I'm like, she found me and this can't be real. I'm looking up at God like, God, are you serious right now? Like, I didn't even expect anything to happen, really. And it's just you're throwing rocks at me in the sense of with just positive things. Like, I don't mean like in a bad way throwing rocks at me. Throwing rocks at me like you're throwing positivity at me. Like, that's yours. That's yours. There you go. That's for you, bro. Like, I got you, son. Don't give up. Like, I'm here with you. You're going through it, but I'm here. I'm finna give it to you. Just stand by. Hold on to your faith. I got you. So here it is. Friggin', she sang Made in the USA to me. And I'm just blown away. This is where it just gets to a point that I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but she is for me. I'm probably gonna look crazy the rest of my life until I get her, but I don't think I believe now. Ain't nobody for her but me, and ain't nobody for me but her. Like, it's hand in hand, and until that day come, everything is gonna just sound crazy. But it is what it is. God done shown me, because here it is. This girl is done dedicated and sang a song. Now, granted, like I said, I don't want to encourage all these actions and motivate people to do what I did or feel what I feel just because of my story. Because, hey, she done sang to people. She done dedicate songs. She's did a lot, okay? I get that. I don't want people to be like, bro, you're not the only one. But then even my angel's like, bro, it won't make sense until you get her. but this is for you, and it's about you. It's not about anybody else. Can't nobody take that away from you. We shown you this. We went with you on this whole journey so you can believe and understand that it's for you. So y'all can knock it all you want and say, nah, she done sang to this person, she done sang to that person, she done even put somebody on stage, done did a lap dance for him, blah blah blah. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. The whole story spiritually is like, nah, that's all you, bro. Like, you had to go through this, all right? So anyway, she sings the song, doesn't end there, right? After she sings the song, she looks in my direction, right? And she's like, I love you, right? Now, to me, my mind is blown, right? So I'm just shook. I'm like, I heart you, you know? And my goofy ass, at the time, I don't know any of these love and hearts and shit, throw it in my way and stuff like that. It's already blown my mind. You already sang me, but now you gotta tell me you heart me, and it's like, what more you trying to tell me, girl? Like, I already want you. Just stand by. I'm gonna find a way to get to you. I'm gonna find a way to be with you. Just, but then she catches me saying, I heart you, and she looks at me and she's like, no, dude. Like, she's shaking her head hard as hell. Like, bro, no. Like, almost like she was trying to take it back. I'm like, oh, okay. Phew, I knew it was something. Something had to be off. Like, look, heart me and then shit. Yeah, take that one back. And she looks at me. She said, nah, I love you. And my angel said, bro, pay attention. The girl didn't done say she heart you. She says she loves you. Wake the up, okay? And then I like just get a spark. Like I told you, when me and my angel talk, my angel will send a joke. And that joke right there was like, wake up, bro. Listen. She said she loves you. And so I'm like, no. And then I get chills. And I look right back in her way and I say, I love you too. And in that moment, it's like my angel said, yeah, God made y'all two to be together. All right. Understand that 1,000%. Can't nobody take it away. Can't nobody tell you something different. That's you. And the angel's almost like, and you're her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you and you're her. Like, y'all hand in hand. Y'all like this. That's your rib. And you're her rib cage. Period. And so that whole concert, after that moment, 2 songs in, she would come and she'd sing and dance right in front of me, move her hips and everything, and just be rocking. And I'd just be like vibing with her, like, yo, oh my gosh, no one gonna believe this shit. I'm finna just live it. Yup. So every time she come and dance in front of me, sing in front of me, I'm just like, wow, this is the greatest experience I've ever felt in my life. And so it was even a point in time, like I told y'all before, I said in the beginning of the show, I'm talking to these little girls, mom, and I'm like, look, if she come down here, slap fives and blah, 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 yeah, like, the girls can run over, all right? I don't care, they can be right here near my seat, I don't mind, And so, as I said that, here it is, one of the songs come, and she's performing on stage, and she does a little trickery where she drops, and then when the beat drops, she pops up out of nowhere, like in the crowd, and here she is in front of the row, like crowd surfing in a way, like in front of everybody. And I'm looking at baby, I'm like, should I run over there and grab her again? I'll be like, nah, now you're doing the most. Before they come kick your ass out of here. Like, bruh, she done sang to you and anything. What more do you want? So I'm like, let me just sit my ass right here. But I was like, no, let me go hug her ass because she done sang to me. Let me just grab her real quick. But I was like, nah. So then I look over, at the lady, and this lady's mouth is dropped. She like, how the fuck did you know she was gonna come out here? She's singing to you. Like, are we supposed to know you, bro? Because clearly you do know her. And I'm like, where the girls at? Come on, she right here. Like, come in. And then, anyway, that's it is what it was, or was what it is. Blah, blah, blah. That happened. And then that's the story. That's the story right there. Me meeting Miss Demi Lovato. Shit's wild, bro. I look back at that day, and I'm still to this moment like, how in the world did I just did God really just he favor me? And I said this in the beginning in the intro. I said those three things. I said, look, I'm not gonna be chasing after somebody who ain't gonna give me no time or day. Okay, that was the two. The one I said I'm not trying to encourage, motivate, and push in any manner, for people to do crazy stuff. And because I know there's a lot of people out there who do crazy stuff and put people's lives in danger, and I'm not trying to like push that agenda. Seriously, I don't want people to think that this is okay behavior. Just believe somebody wrote them the song, so they gonna just go sleep outside their crib and wait for them and stalk them and track them down. Like, I'm not trying to encourage that behavior. I'm saying this whole journey, this whole story was like the test of my faith. Like, I was literally trying to test God. Like, God, you took away the best thing that happened to me, the love of my life. I believe that was made for me, and you done threw somebody just randomly at me and expected me to believe, oh yeah, no, Demi Lovato's gonna be mine one day, or blah blah blah. And so I had to put it to the test, and I did it carefully. I made sure I prayed, I fasted throughout those 6 months leading from the time the breakup happened, from me challenging God to that very moment of meeting her and at that concert, to the point where you know everything in between. It was like I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm making sure, like, yo, and God's just showing me, he's like, yeah, if he's not showing me a dream, it's signs. I'm listening to her music, I'm hearing promos, I'm seeing shows about her, like they're just on the air. And I'm gonna say this now. I don't know if I'll ever say it in the future or in one of my other shows, but it got to a point that even after this whole experience, there's still times where there's just more signs of her. I'm still dreaming about her to this very day. I can't explain it. And here it is. I remember dating a chick, right? And I had this picture up as my wallpaper, because I'm like, that's the story of my faith. Y'all don't understand how much God he really loves me. He put me through that. So I had this up, and I remember dating a chick, and she was like, oh man, you met her? And I'm like, yeah, man, like, you don't even want to hear that story. That was wild. It was a wild night. And I told him, I'm like, that's a testament to my faith, because I felt alone and God delivered. And I ended up meeting her and whatnot, and she sang to me, So, the girl I'm dating at the time, she's like, oh wow, really? And I'm like, yeah. It got to the point where I would be in the car with my girl at that time, and real quick, just to say it, I thoroughly, like, 1,000% believe like Demi was meant for me. But even then, as the time passed, it was more like, okay, it's just a story of faith. I can't really sit here and be like, she's mine, and I'm waiting for her, or I'm trying to get to her, and it's not happening. Like, I'm starting to believe, like, okay, God just did that to test my faith. So that's when I'm like, I went out. I'm like, okay, I gotta leave it alone. Like, I remember it took 2 years. I didn't talk to no girl after that concert to, like, literally move on with my life. 2 years. I didn't touch a girl. I didn't do nothing. I'm like, yo, Demi's mine. Let me just start focusing on me for 2 years straight. And then, so after the 2 years, I'm like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. But at least I stayed focused. And that's when I started dating again. I'm like, all right, I just got to date. You know what I'm saying? So, so now I'm getting back to the story with the girl. My girl and I would just be in a car. Same thing would happen. Demi Lovato song, come on. We start the car, and here it is, her song. And then would go into the grocery store. Up, Demi Lovato song. And my girl at the time would be looking at me every time the song come on, like, that's weird. And I'd be like, I'd sometimes have to be like, I'm like, oh shit, like, yeah, Demi Lovato. Like, I had to dismiss it. Sometimes I would be looking, I have to, like, act like I didn't even hear the song come on. I'd be looking, driving, and I'd be like, oh, hell no. They just, oh, guess what happened today? Almost done hit a deer. And it's like, I'm trying to avoid the eye contact and the fact that this girl is catching on. Like, Demi's song and signs. Like, I swear, if I wasn't beefing with, my ex, that person at that time, she would say, yeah, straight up, the song would come on to times where we'd hop in the car, we'd go to the gym, or go to the grocery store, go to the gas station. Like, she said the same thing, and I'd be like, oh my goodness, like, she the only witness I got to be like, no, this shit happened. It was weird. It was really freaky. Like, it's almost like my angel's like, bro, you doing it again. Yeah, you don't know this Demi's for you? Like, we, yeah, I know you think you got your little girlfriend right here, but look, Demi gonna break that shit up, bro. Like straight up, the song coming on because it's like Demi's like, nah, you gotta leave my man alone. Like you don't want to break it or give you a heart to break. And it's like, oh shit, made in the USA. Like oh shit, but nah, it was wild. It was wild. Like so, it doesn't stop. And like I said, for 2 years after that fact, I really just held to myself. You know, I'm strongly believing like Demi's mine, and she ain't for nobody else. And it even took to a point where I'm like, yo, I don't know what else to do. I'm on my path and journey to get into my dreams and my successes. And apparently, until I get there, Demi is supposed to be. She gonna be there, and I'm gonna eventually end up with her type of mindset. And so I can't even keep a girlfriend at that point. So yeah. Concluding that story with that happening, um, and the many signs and dreams I continue to have even after that point, um, it eventually gets to a point where I'm like, look, I gotta go take a chance. I gotta go try. I gotta go just shoot my shot so I can have some closure because apparently this is not gonna stop until I say something or do something or whatever. But there ain't. I'm still getting signs, so apparently I need to do something. You know. So I told you guys I went to go shoot my shot, and let's just say it's another juicy story. Shoot, let's say even from the point at the end of that concert and that experience to when I shoot my shot, a lot happens in that time frame that is like, yo, it's not stopping. God is like not giving up to the mindset that he has this chick for me. You know, once again, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not trying to chase after somebody who is not gonna give me no time of day. I don't need to do that. There's people out here in this world that I can really that will spoil the shit out of me, that will love me with all their heart and do anything and everything I ask. Okay? I don't need to sit here and be a jersey chaser, a stars chaser, a celebrity chaser. I don't know what to call it or who what it is about. I don't need to do that. I really don't. I don't like you don't understand. Like to me it would be like it's a waste of time. Like why chase after somebody that's not going, like, come on, man. But anyway, it's hard to just have the mindset for people to understand, like, I'm not doing this for no clout. I'm not doing this for no 15 minutes of fame. I'm not doing this to just be a goofball. Like, I'm bored. No, I'm really not, man. I'm trying to figure this thing out still. I'm like, why am I getting tormented? Like, it's almost like I feel like, okay, is God really bored? He like, you know what? I can't flood the earth again. I done promised. So because I can't flood the earth, what can I do this time? I can't send plagues. Nah, did that before. Let me torment Nende. Let me just put in his mind that he can have this girl and just play with him for some years, and just until I be like, got you. Like, joke's on you, bro. You ain't got her, bro. Like, I mean, that's the only thing I can explain. Maybe that's what is happening, but I don't know. I do not know. But until then, to get the closure, I had to shoot my shot. So, y'all stay tuned. This wraps up the story of when I went to meet Demi Lovato. But y'all stay tuned for that story, because the story of when I want to go shoot my shot, there's a lot to be said. It's another juicy story. And like I said, even leading up to when I went to go shoot my shot, the many times of situations that arose, however you want to say that, it's wild. It is wild. It just began. It was like that was the beginning. This story here was the beginning, and everything else just goes. It's downhill from there. And I say downhill, I mean it's easy to just roll down a hill than to climb up and hike it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all downhill from there. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say on this story, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all got some things to ask or say, please, yo, leave it in the comment section. I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to read it, but look, I'm gonna make sure I do, because maybe I am going crazy. Maybe y'all need to check me and be like, nah, bro, like, or maybe y'all need to be like, nah, I think there is something there, bro. Like, what, you need to shoot your shot, or you need to tell us what happened, blah blah blah. But leave it in the comments. Um, yeah, yo. In conclusion, to wrap everything up, like I said, don't take my story to go push that y'all agenda for it, and say Nende did it, so I'm gonna go do it. You know, Justin Bieber or Christina Millie. I don't know whatever's left out there for y'all taste. Please don't use my story to be like, y'all go do your own thing. And two, I'm not doing this for no clout, no fame, to chase people down. Please, I got more better stuff to do. And then three, them people, when I went to go shoot my shot, get ready for this story. You see, this is the first half. Get ready for the second half when I went to go shoot my shot. And pay close attention. Pay close attention to that story, y'all. Because then everything I said in the intro to this video about that special group of people, when I went to go shoot my shot, everything is going to make sense. Everything is going to come together. So y'all stay tuned for the story of when I went to shoot my shot. It may take a while before I start posting that. But stand by for one of the greatest stories y'all can hear second to this one. You know, I think that's it. Good, we're good on time. Another 25, 26 minutes of recording. Hopefully, you know, we get this program going, and then yeah, we'll use this next story of when I went to go shoot my shot as another way to test this kind of routine or plan out and see if we got something going here. Other than that, y'all, appreciate you guys. Like I said, it might take another a week or so for me to post that story, but y'all stand by for it. It's gonna be a juicy one. Other than that, let me think. Am I missing anything? We done told y'all the story. We wrapped it up. Nah, I think that's it. Yo, tell me what y'all think. Leave it in the comment section. Love you guys. Peace. God bless. Always.